Grab your friends, jump in, let's ride. Feeling guys love everywhere as we chase these blue skies. Grab your friends, jump in, let's ride. Feel alive to see the world fly by.
Hello, my name is Robbie. On here, I'm Templar Knight. Every person who believes in God but does not attend church has a story why. But whenever two or more people gather in God's name, He is there. So this is church. Welcome. I'm glad that you're here. We are going back to one of my favorite things. We are comparing our faith to cars, or for this series, our walk of faith, how we go about our daily lives, and who is a part of our lives, and this trip that we're taking. We all know the destination we're trying to reach, but what about the journey along the way? So this series, we were talking about who is going along with us on this ride. So we've been talking about the different tier system that we came up with for people's characteristics. And having the system, it helps us figure out who we want to have a part of our lives. Who we want to take this ride with us. It helps us figure out who we're going to mesh with. Where do we belong? Who do we belong with? And so as I'm getting ready for this next leg of the trip, I'm looking around at who's willing to come with me and what I know about them. And a new person shows up, and after a few minutes of talking, this dude likes Christian hip-hop. He likes discussing religious theory. Tier 1. That excites me. Dude's got himself a Mountain Dew in his hand. I like Mountain Dew. Second tier. I like that. He's wearing a football shirt. Not much for sports, but that's fine. It doesn't really bother me. Tier 3. I can tolerate that. I'm still interested. But wait. Once we figure out who's going with who and start making our way to our vehicles, he grabs his backpack. And what do I see sticking out of the top of his backpack? A bag of Cheesy Puffs. Come on, man, you're not bringing Cheesy Puffs into my car. Tier 4. The deal breakers. Turns out that this guy's got some baggage, and I am not okay with it. Now, we've all got baggage. We all have our histories. We all have the things that we've done and the things that were done to us. And they left a mark. I've got my baggage that I keep in a box in the trunk of my car. I don't bring it up often, but I don't hide it. And in this figurative world where we're comparing our faith, our daily walks, to cars and going on a car trip, well, let's say that I've got this wrench that I take with me everywhere I go. And I've got this wrench because over a decade ago, I crashed my car. I almost totaled my faith. But I decided to keep the wreckage and store it in my garage. Now, although my faith wasn't really doing anything, I was just kind of letting it sit there, I still had it. It was just safe and locked away so the world couldn't see how bad of a shape it was in. And just over 2 years ago, Jesus showed up at my garage. I was just sitting there drinking a dew, reliving the glory days of everything that my faith was. And he and I had a long, hard talk. Turns out it was time for me to grab a wrench. It was time to rebuild my faith and get that car back on the road. So the first series we ever did on this Bible study, it was called Restoration. And it was all about rebuilding a car and rebuilding your faith. And as I was rebuilding my faith to better suit the man I am now, not the man I was. And it was a decent series. But not many people realized how much was going on behind the scenes. What was happening in my life. The changes I was making, the things I had to do to grow. That series takes just a little over 6 hours to listen to the whole thing. I know that because sometimes I go back and listen to it still. Sometimes I have to remember what God did. I have to remember this faith that He and I built. And so I still carry this wrench with me as a baggage to remind me the crash I was in and what it took to rebuild it. So what does this wrench look like in the real world, away from this car ride comparison? What baggage did I get from this event in my life? Honestly, I know my baggage. I mean, I don't respond well to lies. Now, granted, nobody likes to be lied to. I can't think of anyone's like, oh boy, I love it when people just lie to me. I'm excited about that, or I like being lied to. Most of the time, we treat it as tolerable if it's someone we care about, or it's a deal breaker if not. Not so much with me. I have this wrench that I carry around. And when I feel like someone is lying to me, I will either shut down because that's my go-to personal safeguard to stop me from doing something I wish I didn't want to do. But if I don't shut down, I will verbally lash out at this person. I will try and expose them. And it's not the right response. And I know that. I wish I could just whatever and blow it off and just let it go. But that's just one of the things that I've got scars about. One of the things I'm still working on. See, I've got this baggage. And it comes with an irrational and over the top response to being lied to. And I will often hold a grudge. If there's a problem and we don't find a resolution to it, I hang on to that. Instead of just letting it go, I will just hit the pause button. Whenever it comes up again, unpause. I'm still upset. And I wish I could figure out why I do that so I could fix it. But that's just more baggage that I'm carrying with me. See, most of my negative traits that I've got, people are willing to tolerate. Maybe sometimes they're deal breakers. And I understand that I know that, and honestly, I'm trying to fix it. That's why I've got this wrench. But it always seems like I've always got bigger issues and more priorities to deal with first. So maybe someday I will sit down and I will figure out how to solve this problem. But until then, I got this baggage. And I will just keep carrying it with me. So if I can accept that I've got my baggage, that I've got the things about me that people don't like and things about me that people won't tolerate, it's weird to think about because I know what caused me to act this way. I know what made me to be this person. I can understand my flaws. I can understand my baggage. But not everyone else does. So when they see the negative characteristics in my life, when they see the things that I'm carrying, I'll just tell myself, they don't know me. They don't know what I've been through. And if they don't want to take the time to find out and understand me, then that's their problem. Am I right? Am I right? Something I just said there should have stirred up a response in you. Because it stirs up a response in me. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. Because something was not right about that. I wrote that earlier today, and how I just justify my flaws and how it's okay for me to be a flawed person and have my baggage. But now that I'm saying it, it seems like it's something perfectly normal to say. I am the way I am. And if you're going to judge me before you get to know me and understand me, then that's on you. Am I right? No. You're not right. I'm just thinking about that. We gotta do a coin flip today. Because we're only looking at the one side of things, and it's not fair. We are only seeing our side. What makes sense to us and what we can see. But what about the other guy? Me and Jesus had a long, hard talk today. Because I've been screwing up. I've been making a very big mistake with this series. And there was a lot of frustration, and I'm going to call myself out on a joke that I've been making. Because it's not funny. Honestly, the thoughts behind the joke, it's destructive. See, I keep saying that if you try and bring cheesy poofs into my car, then that's a deal breaker. If you have these cheesy poofs, you don't get a ride in my car. And I get it that that's just been a metaphor for the car ride. And it's a funny joke. But what am I really saying outside of that metaphor? I'm saying that if you have something about you that I don't like, I'm not going to give you a chance. You don't get to be a part of my life. And how horrible is that? I'm a Christian. I am supposed to be Christ-like. Why won't I ask people, hey, most people don't take cheesy poofs into another person's car because it makes a mess. Why are you got those? Why won't I ask people, hey, why do you do that? Isn't it obvious that people don't like it? What happened? Tell me your story. I want to know you, and I want to understand why. If I see someone approaching my life, if I see someone approaching my car, wanting to come with me and be a part of it, I shouldn't be judging them. I'm such a hypocrite. I should be running to them with open arms, saying, "Come ride with me. Here, let me help you with your bags." I mean, maybe they just need a chance. Maybe they're turning to me for help. And I'm not giving them that chance because I look at them and I see the state of their life and the way they're at right now, and I'm just like, Cheesy Puff's in the car. You know, maybe they're sorry for all the things that they're bringing with. Maybe they don't want to have this baggage, but they don't know how to let go. Maybe they just need a chance to repent. Sorry, I don't mean to use church words. Maybe they just need a chance to be sorry and someone to help them change their ways so that they don't fall back into that same rut. I think we all deserve a chance for change. Everyone. So grab your bag of Cheesy Puffs, jump in my car, and let's ride. We'll deal with the mess. I will help you with your baggage. And if there are stains that won't wash out, if I get scars from this leg of my journey, then I'll take it. And I will remember. Because there was someone who took a chance on me. Someone who invited me to ride with him when I was damaged and broken. And he got scars from that. Because they nailed him to a cross. Because of me and my baggage. How can I serve him and do no less?